hello everyone. Happy Friday.
Happy Friday!
Yes, it's really crazy being back here. Feels like yesterday that I was the one sitting where all of you are sitting, walking through these halls, standing on the stage even. It's like a time machine. My mind is flooded with so many amazing memories of my time here. Are you guys still playing bombardment in gym class? That's what I thought. Best game. Best game.
I agree with you.
So I'm so excited to be here with all of you today to talk to you a little bit about my story. I know it's the end of the day on a Friday, and you're all probably super excited to get outside and start your weekend, so I'll make this short and sweet and leave some time for questions at the end, okay?
Okay.
So with all that said, you're probably wondering who I am. So let's get started. My name is Andrew Arch, and I created Tot The Talented Otter. Tot is a children's book series with a one-of-a-kind augmented reality experience that I coded. You can simply scan the QR code in the book with your smartphone or tablet to unlock interactive elements, animated characters, and hidden surprises. Watch as Tot's world comes to life before your eyes, creating an unforgettable reading experience that will spark the imagination of children and adults alike. Tot has a very special superpower that helps him see the world differently. I want you all to take a moment to think about what your superpower is, or what you want it to be as you grow up. And when I say superpower, I don't mean super strength, speed, or invisibility, although that would be sweet, right? Yeah. I mean your strengths as a person and as a student. Here's a tip if you can't think of anything. What do you feel most confident doing? What subject in school comes most naturally to you? You don't need to answer out loud, but I want you to think about that question through the course of this presentation, and maybe on Monday you can all tell one another what your superpowers are. My superpower is creativity. I use it to tell stories and help other businesses do the same. You see, Tot's story mirrors my own journey. I grew up dyslexic, and at a young age, I was pretty insecure about my learning difference. I felt scared that I wasn't able to keep up with my classmates and confused that the hurdles I was dealing with were not universal or even relatable for most of the kids around me. I look back to a time in kindergarten when I tried to remember the words to the book we were reading so that I could participate when it was my turn to read aloud. I did that so I could hide the fact that I was struggling to read at the level my classmates were. And I didn't want anyone to know. I used to skip words when I was writing and flip letters when I was reading. At the first school I went to, it felt like I was the only one who was having trouble, and that made me anxious. I just got so excited about the sentences I was writing that I would leave out words because I said the sentence in my head faster than I could spell it. I was fortunate to have parents that took early notice and found a school that would help me learn in a way that was more tailored to my needs. That school was Benchmark. At first I was a little bit confused about why I was switching schools. I was asking my parents things like, am I different? Is something wrong with me? They reassured me that nothing was wrong with me. They told me I had dyslexia, and that Benchmark was one of the best schools in the country for kids who have it. And I can tell you that's the truth. It was here that I was taught by some incredible teachers. Dr. Gaskins, Mr. Riker, Miss Kress, Miss Scott, Miss Vica, Miss Sands. Yes, we all deserve a standing ovation. Miss Ostertag, Miss Audley, Miss O'Donnell, Miss Riesinger, Miss Wonderland, Miss Smith, Dr. Gensmer, Dr. Lemish, Mr. McCorkle, Dr. McDonald, to name a few. Every single one of them helped me and ultimately changed my life for the better. You see, these teachers and this school taught me to think outside the box. Even now, at 31 years old, wow, I find myself using the tools I learned here. When I came to Benchmark in first grade, one of the first phrases I learned stuck with me to this day. Take what you know to figure out what you don't know. I'll say that again. Take what you know to figure out what you don't know. I repeat it to myself over and over again. The phrase is simple, but its impact is massive. It was my GPS, my compass, my bat signal that helped me find a way when I got lost. If I encountered a word that I didn't know how to spell or pronounce, all I had to do was step back, take a breath, and think about what I did know and apply it to figure out the things that I didn't. That tool, that way of thinking, changed my life. Do you know why? Because it made me comfortable enough to speak out when I didn't understand something. It helped me advocate for myself and for the way that I learn. You see, if we admit that we don't understand something, we're really saying we're open to learning something new. And that's actually really exciting. If you think about it, life would be pretty boring if we already knew everything and had nothing to learn. Once that clicked for me, my entire world changed. It was here at Benchmark that I realized my learning difference could actually be the key to unlocking my superpower. See, I told you I was going to make you think about your superpower. That's because it's my belief that every single person has one. Sometimes your superpower changes over the course of your life as you grow and evolve. My first superpower was soccer, thanks to Mr. Riker. Now it's creativity and storytelling. Some people figure out their superpowers early. For others, they come a little bit later, and that's totally fine. Did you know that some of the greatest thinkers and storytellers in the history of the world have dyslexia? That dyslexia inspired their superpowers. People like Albert Einstein, Steven Spielberg, Richard Branson, John Lennon, Tom Holland, Keanu Reeves, Orlando Bloom, Salma Hayek, Jennifer Aniston, Whoopi Goldberg, Anthony Hopkins. The list goes on. It's even said that Leonardo da Vinci was dyslexic. Now, some of those names might not be familiar to you because they're from different generations, but I promise they're extremely impressive human beings. But Tom Holland, aka Spider-Man, is pretty cool, isn't he? Yeah, that's right. Even Spider-Man was dyslexic. With the help of some amazing teachers and friends, I discovered my superpower right here at Benchmark. And I know you will all find yours too. I came out of the school with the tools I needed to be successful and the confidence that I was intelligent. I see the world differently, and that can sometimes feel a little scary. But when I embraced my creativity, storytelling, and outside-the-box thinking, I was more than appreciated. I was celebrated. I knew that my learning difference could be an advantage if I flexed it correctly, and over the years I did just that. The more I was just myself, the more people appreciated my skill set. After playing soccer for Temple University, I started 3 businesses with my amazing wife. We now work on creative storytelling through marketing for businesses around the world. I've used my superpower to write 3 books, a TV show, and a magazine that is built to help other businesses grow their brands and tell their stories as well. I owe so much of that success to this school and the amazing teachers in it. I am so thankful that I got to go to school here. And I'm so proud to be dyslexic. I created this book to tell you that you should be proud too. Everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it's stupid. So please, take it from me. If you embrace your uniqueness, you can find your superpower. Thank you.
Good question, man.